Jimenez Bailey.
Have you ever gone to a restaurant because someone said they had the worst service in the world?
Here we go.
During these tough economic times, consumers, even more so today, have many, many choices where they can spend their dollars. Why is that important? Because again, people are making choices where they want to spend their lean, mean, hard-earned dollars. Right now, as I walk around and I listen to people and I go to different restaurants, and I'm an observer of customer service, 77% of customers will not return back to a business based on how they're greeted. If you smile at a customer, if you say good morning, good afternoon, welcome to our venue, 77% of the time, they will come back. If you don't do that, they won't come back. I travel quite a bit. I love coffee. I like to go to Starbucks. Do we have any Starbucks fans here, by chance? Why do people go to Starbucks? They have a very good product. The coffee's pretty good. But 9 times out of 10, people go to Starbucks because of the way that they're treated. They like their name. The Starbucks employees remember their name. You can get your favorite drink there. You can have them put sugar and milk and all this other stuff in there. And Starbucks gives you that special experience that you won't get anywhere else. I'm going to give you an example. Saturday mornings, I get up in the morning and I want to go to Starbucks. Of course, it's the most crowded time whenever you go to a Starbucks on a Saturday morning. And envision it, if you go to Starbucks, what it looks like when you walk into the door. There's a long line, the counter's way down there, and about 2 or 3 partners working behind the bar. And here you are. And you're looking at your watch and you're wondering, what's going on? What's taking so long? I can't believe what's taking so long. Why is their service so poor? Now you got to remember at Starbucks, you can not only order a cup of coffee, but you're going to order a latte with 5 Splendas, 2 equals, 8 pumps of vanilla, 145 degrees, decaf, non-fat, and no foam, right? Well stirred, okay? So by the time you get up to your line, when it's time for you to make your purchase, and you wonder what's taking so long, and that poor little partner's back there, they're writing on their cup, they got your name down there, and they're writing all this stuff down. It looks like a crossword puzzle by the time it's done. And then what do? How can I help you, Jim? Let me see. Holding up the line. Customer service is so very, very important, only because even more so right now, I tell clients all the time, the bottom line is it's so very, very hard to gain new customers right now. Again, people are making wise choices. They're cutting back on where they spend their money. But even more so beyond that, people are cutting back, but they're still spending their dollars on quality products and excellent customer service. Customers are willing to spend, actually they're willing to go 5 extra miles, okay, to a gas station whose gas may only be 2 cents cheaper because they get better service at the gas station. They'll go to a certain restaurant even though they have to pay more because they get quality customer service for the same product. Another example, the Men's Warehouse. I'm an avid shopper, I shop quite a bit, and I've witnessed a remarkable customer service experience at Men's Warehouse. It's surrounded sometimes by homeless people and just kind of people wandering in and out. A gentleman walked into the store. I was already inside the store, but the gentleman walked in for service. And I'll never forget this gentleman. He was about 6'3" tall. He was a tall African-American man, kind of disheveled, and he had a very long white towel draped across his right shoulder. I also noticed that he limped. He had a little bit of a limp when he walked in. And as I noticed, as I watched him closely, he had the white towel draped over his shoulder, and he had a tendency to drool. He couldn't control himself in that way. As I watched the other employees in the Men's Warehouse, no one approached the gentleman. No one came to say, good morning, how can I help you? Welcome to the Men's Warehouse. Except one gentleman. He walked up to the gentleman, he said, how may I help you? And then I realized the gentleman couldn't speak. He was trying to sign and say I wanted to buy a suit or I needed to buy a suit. Now you have to envision this, you have to remember now, at the Men's Warehouse, they give you a complete customer service experience. It's one like no other. They're going to embrace you, they're going to pull out the tape measure and measure you and give you a custom fit and make you look fantastic. You're going to like the way you look. But what happened with this gentleman was the salesman embraced him, got in his personal space, took his measurements, set out some shirts and ties and put together a very neat package for him. And I'm thinking now, okay, now, how's he going to pay for this? This guy doesn't look like he has any money. Just kind of walked in, maybe just kind of going through the motions. So the gentleman got to the register, and he pulled out a little fanny pack that he had on the side. He pulled it around, and he unzipped it, and he pulled out 7 $100 bills. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I watched the other salesmen, and their eyes were like, wow. What did I just miss? But that showed me right there, that young man provided excellent customer service. He went above and beyond. And I'm sure that that's something that the Men's Warehouse taught him in his training, but it was heartfelt. He cared about people. He cared about that gentleman, and he wanted to make sure that he gave him excellent customer service. He wanted him to feel like he was special and that he was just of value, just like anyone else. I came back a week later to pick up my clothes, and lo and behold, that same gentleman came back to pick his clothes up. But you know what? He had 3 other people with him. And one gentleman spoke on his behalf and said, you know what, I'm here with Mike to pick up his suit. And Mike was smiling, he had this big grin on his face. And the salesman asked him, why'd you come back and why'd you bring these 3 people with you? Mike says, because you know what, that guy made me feel so good. He treated me like a human being. He treated me with respect. And I brought my 3 friends because they're going to buy suits here today as well. Now, why do I say that? We can always focus on the bottom line and cutting cost and what we need to do to retain customers and clients. But at the end of the day, it's really, really simple. It's the old school. As my parents say, you treat people like you want to be treated. It's the golden rule. I recently had a fantastic time. My wife and I had an opportunity to go to Jamaica on vacation, long overdue. And I found this wonderful experience in Jamaica. They have this great saying. They say, no problem, man. Everything is no problem. And something clicked when we were there, because I realized that people are willing, we as consumers, are willing to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to travel to the Caribbean to feel good, because we're going to receive extremely good customer service. Everywhere we went, everything we did, all I heard was, no problem, man. No problem. I got what I call the Desmond effect. On our last night there, we had a wonderful waiter, his name was Desmond. And Desmond hit it out of the park right away. As soon as he saw my wife and I, he goes, oh, what a lovely couple tonight. And we sat down, and Desmond began the service. And he says, ma'am, I can tell you what, I've never seen a more beautiful dress in my life. And my wife was taking my wallet out of my pocket. And Desmond went on and on and on. He gave us tremendous customer service. But what was important, the meal was great, but Desmond made us feel special. He treated us special. And each and every day, whether you're going to Starbucks or the Men's Warehouse, wherever it is your favorite place is, you go and you're willing to spend those extra dollars because of how you're treated and how you feel. And if I leave you with one thing today on customer service, again, I keep it very simple. It's all about people, okay? Don't raise your prices. If you're a businessman and you're looking to gain customers, don't raise your prices. Increase your customer service. A smile, a greeting, a good morning, a thank you. I appreciate it. Come and see me again. It's good to see you, Jim. It means so, so much. You'll have that customer for life, as I call, customer service for life. My name is Jimenez Bailey. Thank you so very much.